Hello friends, good morning. How is your reading going on? I think it is going smoothly. You see, already we have just seen in first video how to write the dimension of a physical quantity. Clear? Now we have to write some formula based dimension. I will give you the formula and you have to write its dimension. Clear? I will and you will write the dimension. There will be no problem. Clear? The first formula, write down formula based dimension. That is what? Formula based dimension. Write down formula based dimension. What are the formula based dimension? Some formula is provided to you and you have to write its dimension of the constant. For example, first formula based dimension is what? F equal to G m1 m2 by r square. This is very famous formula. This is what gravitational force. M1 and M2 are the two masses. R is the distance and G is the gravitational constant. You know, gravitational constant. This is universal gravitation constant. In lower class, we read. My question is what? Find out the dimension of this G. Gravitational constant dimension you have to find out. So this is what? Gravitational force. Write down. F is the gravitational force. Gravitational force. This is what? Gravitational force. M1, M2 are the masses. These are the masses of the bodies. Masses of bodies. Two bodies are there. And R is the distance of separation between the two bodies. Distance of separation between the two bodies. Distance of separation. So you have to find out the what? Dimension of G. Dimension of G, you have to find out. Okay. Find out yourself first. See how to find out. Find out quickly. What is that G? G is equal. G is equal. What will get? Uh, G is your FR square divided by M1 into M2. So G is equal what? FR square divided by M1 into M2. Now what is F dimension? Tell me. F dimension. Force is what? M1, L1, T minus 2 and R square is what? L2 divided by masses are given M1 and M1. Already I told that always try to remember two dimensions. That is very important. First is force. Force is how much? M1 L1 T minus 2. And second is work. Work dimension. Work W is equal what? That is what? M1 L2 T minus 2. Always try to what? Remember these two because frequently you are going to write these two dimensions. Clear? Now what is the G? What is the G dimension? G dimension will be, this is what 1m cancels out here, 1m cancels out, this is what m minus 1, this is L3 T minus 2. This is the dimension of G and this is the answer. Clear? This is the answer. So how to calculate? Understood this? The simple thing is what? You see, the formula is given to you. You have to find out the dimension of this constant. How to find out? Put the dimension of F, put the dimension of M1, put the dimension of M2, and put the dimension of distance. Just like your mathematics, you see, you have to cross multiply here. First, find out what is the expression of G. Expression of G is what? FR square by M1 into M2. Then find out F. F is M1 L1 T minus 2 and R is what? L2 divided by M into M. This is what the dimension of G finally you will get. This is the answer here. Clear? So many more we'll discuss. I will give you formula and quickly you just write down its dimension. Similarly, the second part of this formula is what? Q is equal what? Ms del T. Write down what are the physical quantity? Q is the heat. This is what heat, not charge. That will be given in the question. Q means we are getting heat as well as charge, but in the question that will be given to you. What is Q and that Q stands for charge or heat. Here Q is heat. And what is M? M is mass. M is mass. S is what? S is very important. That is specific specific heat, specific heat capacity. You read in heat chapter this one. And del T is the temperature difference. This is what? Temperature difference. My question is what? Find out the dimension of specific heat capacity. This dimension we have to find out. So same thing, we have to follow that mathematics rule. How to find out? So you have to write S is what? You see, S is what? S is Q by M del T. Now I have to write the dimension. What is the dimension of Q? Heat is same as what? Heat is same as what? Work. Heat and work are having same dimension. Na? Heat and work and energy all are having same dimension. That is M1 L2 T minus 2. In earlier section already I have discussed this. Clear? So Q is the what? Heat here. So heat is same as work. What is the dimension of work? Tell me. Work is M1, that is what? L2 T minus 2. Because heat is in the form of energy. Every energy refers to work. Understood this? Without work, there will be no energy. Keep in mind. Because work is the ability to do work. Energy is the ability to do work. So Q is equal M1 L2 T minus 2. And mass is what? Here, M1. What is the dimension of temperature? Temperature is what? Kelvin, not T. Temperature is a fundamental physical quantity whose dimension is Kelvin. Kelvin is what? K1. And this dimension is what? We're going to get M0, L2, T minus 2, K minus 1. This is what the dimension of S. Therefore, S dimension is what? This is what? L2, T minus 2, K minus 1. This is the dimension of S. And we are getting, this is the answer here. Clear? These are known as formula-based dimension. Formula will be given to you and there one dimension will be asked. For example, another question we can write. Understood this? Understood this? How to write? S is equal L2 T minus 2 K minus 1. Next, third question is what here? Write down third question, easy question. All are easy question you see. So here it is given F equal to eta. Have you written this? F equal to eta AV by R. It seems to be a difficult formula, but easy formula. I am giving the formula. You will just get the formula in individual chapter. So don't worry. No need to buy at this. Only the constant dimension you have to find out. Clear? So what is this here? F is viscous force. F is viscous force. Viscous force. In liquid chapter will get viscous force. We can say that mustard oil is more viscous than water. Understood this? What is viscous? Water is less viscous than oil. Clear? That is what viscous force. Next is A is the area. This A is the area. A is the area. V is the velocity. V is the velocity. D is the distance between the two layer of liquid. Or I am writing distance only. I am writing only distance between two liquid layer, but I am writing distance here. And eta is important. Eta is known as coefficient of viscosity. Coefficient of viscosity. What is that? It's a constant viscosity. It depends on the liquid. So my question is what? You have to find out the dimension of coefficient of viscosity. You have to find out the dimension of coefficient of viscosity. You see the expression nicely. Only you have to put the dimension. Clear? So what is that eta? First eta you have to calculate. Eta is equal what? FR by AV. Understood this the rule? Just in 8th class we have done this equation, algebraic equation. FR divided by AV, that is equal eta. FR divided by AB. Now put the dimension. F is what? M1 L1 T minus 2. R is the distance, that is what? L1 divided by A is what? Area. L2. Velocity is what? L1 T minus 1. This is velocity. L1 T minus 1. Clear? Now just put this. This is what M1. You see L. Collect the power of L. 1 plus 1 minus 2 minus 1. collect the power 1 plus 1 minus 2 minus 1 and collect the power t. T is how much here? Collect the power t. T is what? T minus 2 and this is what? T plus 1. This is what? T minus 2 plus 1. And the result is what? M1 L minus 1 T minus 1. This is what eta. This is very important. Eta frequently you'll use in long question here in unit dimension. Eta is what? M1 L minus 1 T minus 1 eta. Understood this? So eta is equal FR by AV. Put that F dimension, put that R dimension, put that A dimension, put that V dimension, and finally you're going to get M1 L minus 1 T minus 1. Very simple thing. Clear? Don't think it very complicated way. These formulae you will just read individually one in liquid chapter. So the formula easily will get in individual chapter. So don't worry. The formula will be given to you, and you have to write the unknown dimension. Eta is known as coefficient of viscosity. Here, this is the dimension. This one also very important. Here, eta is the coefficient of viscosity. Understood this? So next formula I will say. You see, next formula is what? Formula number. Many more formula are there. You see, number 4th formula. I am writing here. Q by T is equal K A del T divided by D. Write down where Q is the heat. Likho. Where Q is the heat, not charge. This is what heat. And T is the time. This is what time. And A is the area of cross section. Means area of cross section. Area of cross section, or you can write this as area. D is the distance. D is the distance, and del T is the temperature difference. This is what? Temperature difference. And K is a constant. You can call K is a constant. And K is known as coefficient of, write down K. K is known as coefficient of thermal conductivity. अरे इतना बड़ा बड़ा नाम है. Don't worry for that. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? बार बार बोल रहा हूँ. ये जो नाम बड़ा बड़ा लग रहा है बट छोटा है सर, वह कि नहीं, कांस्टेंट है सिर्फ और कुछ नहीं है. Here I am writing or K write down constant, no problem. Coefficient of thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. If you are thinking this is a very big name, clear, write down K is a constant. What is the problem? Clear? K is a constant. Now my question is what? Find out the dimension of K. You have to find out the dimension of K. How to write K dimension? Write down as what? Q by T is equal K A del T divided by D. Now find out the value of K. K is what? Q into D divided by what? T A del T. समझ में आ रहा है? Now you have to put the dimension. Dimension of Q. Q dimension is what? Same as work. This is what? M1 L2 T minus 2. And D is the distance. That is what? L1. T is the time. ये दो T है. एक T time है, दूसरा time temperature है. दूसरा T temperature है. This is what time. This is what temperature difference is same as temperature. Clear? So this is what T. This is what area is what? L2. And this is what? Kelvin K. K1. Now, what is the dimension of K? Understood this? This Q is our M1 L2 T minus 2. D is our L1. T is our time. A is the area. Delta is the Kelvin. Now, this will become what? M1, collect the power. L, 2 plus 1 minus 2. They go 2 plus 1 minus 2. And T power is what? Minus 2 minus 1. And K power minus 1. And finally, I am going to get this K. K is what? Coefficient of thermal conductivity is what? M1 L1 T minus 3 K minus 1. M1 L1 T minus 3 K minus 1. This is what the coefficient of thermal conductivity dimension. Clear? These are what? Formula based dimension. I will give you the formula. You have to write the dimension of this one. Clear? Understood this? How to write the formula based dimension? Next, let's move further. Another question I can write. Write a number, fifth formula suppose. Fifth formula is given there. What is that fifth formula? ये बहुत ही important है. PV equal to nRT. In chemistry also you are going to read. PV is equal nRT. This is another formula. And which dimension you have to find out? Let's see this. P is the pressure. Write down. P is the pressure. Pressure is what? Force per area or thrust per unit area. There is a thrust per unit area. V is the volume. V is the volume. Dimension, you know, volume is what? LQ. And N is the number of moles. Number of what? Moles. And T is what? Temperature. T is the temperature. T is temperature. And R is the gas constant. Or this is known as universal gas constant. This is what? Universal gas constant. Universal gas constant. Well, and this is known as ideal gas equation. In chemistry, you will read ideal gas equation PV equal to nRT. P is the pressure, V is the volume, N is the number of moles, T is the temperature, R is the universal gas constant. So what is the question? Question is find out the dimension of R. What is the dimension of R? Then how to find out? What is R? R is what? What is R? R is equal PV by NT. So write down this R is equal what? R is equal PV by NT. Understood this? That NT will go to denominator. Now put the dimension. If you don't know, if you will forget that dimension of pressure, no problem will be there because pressure is your F by A. Understood this? No need to buy it. Already I told that P is equal what? F by A. Put here, no problem. F by A, V is the volume by N into T. Now this is what? FB by ANT. Now put the dimension. Force is what? M1 L1 T minus 2. V is the volume, that is what? LQ. Now this is area is L square. N is the number of moles. T is the temperature, that is what? Kelvin. Clear? T is what? Kelvin, that is what? Temperature. Understood this? Now, I've written this. PV by NT, F by A, V by NT, FB by ANT. Now put the dimensional formula. What is R here? You see, R is equal. This is what? M1. Collect the power of L. 1 plus 3 minus 2. And this is what? Time is what? Minus 2. Mole is what? Minus 1. Kelvin is minus 1. Clear? M1 L 1 plus 3 minus 2. T is minus 2. Mole minus 1. K minus 1. Now just solve this. M1 L 2 T minus 2 mole minus 1 Kelvin minus 1. This is very important. This is a frequently asked question in the exam. Dimension of universal gas constant. This dimension is frequently asked. R dimension. Clear? Understood this? How to solve? These are what the fundamental of what dimension, where the formula is given. The formula is given to you and you have to find out any dimension of one physical quantity. For example, in exam, the question is coming, little bit twisting questions are coming. You see, देखो कैसे twist आ रहा है. ऐसे देगा question. In an equation, write down. In an equation, what? In an, or if you write here, you can write a equation is given by, write down. An equation is given by P is equal small k Wt by V. The question is P is the pressure, W is the work, T is the time, and V is the volume. Question is find out the dimension of K. what is the dimension of k? In this equation, you have to find out. Clear? How to find out? You see, first of all, you have to find out k is how much? K is equal PV by WT. P क्या है बोलो? P क्या है? P is the what? Pressure. प्रेशर का पता है ना? प्रेशर इज फोर्स बाय एरिया. अगर पता नहीं है तो लिखो. तो V by WT. Now F is what? F is the M1 L1 T minus 2, that is force. नीचे एरिया है, that is what? L2. ऊपर V वॉल्यूम है, LQ. Be careful about volume and velocity. Most of the students are getting confusion here. V is volume, V is velocity. So it is given in your question. V is the volume, not velocity. Clear? Divided by what? Work. Work dimension is what? Work is M1 L2 T minus 2, and this is what? Time T1. Understood this? Now solve this for K. K is equal, what will get? K is equal, collect the power of M, M1 minus 1, collect the power of L, L1 plus 3 minus 2 minus 2, collect the power of T, minus 2 plus 2 minus 1. सही हो ना? M1, L is 1 plus 3 minus 2, this is what? Minus 2. T is minus 2, this is plus 2 minus 1. Clear? Now this is what? M0 L, what is that? 4. 4 means you're getting 0 here. 3 plus 4 it cancel ho gaya yahin pe. Wow. And this is what? T is minus 1. So M0 L0 T0, M0 L0 T minus 1, or you can write this one as K dimension is what? T minus 1. Clear about this? This is how we are writing. If formula is given, you can write it, its dimension. If formula is given, easily you can write its dimension. Clear? Understood this? So let's do some assignment and just giving, and just you solve it in next video. Clear? Write down assignment question, write down some question, write down. First question, if W is equal X into FB by A, where W is work, F is force, B is the velocity, A is the acceleration. A क्या है? Acceleration. Then find out the dimension of X. समझ में आ रहा है? Find out the dimension of X. Second question, लिखो सभी. Second question है F equal to what? F equal to, write down, Y into WT divided by D, where F is the force, W is work, T is time, D is the distance. My question is, find out the dimension of Y. Y is how much you have to calculate. Clear? Next, third question, write down. The third question is what? T is equal K square root of L by G. T is the time period, or time period you can write, time period. L is the length, G, you know, acceleration due to gravity. G क्या है? Acceleration due to gravity. And K is a constant. My question is what? Find out the dimension of K. समझ में आया? Find out the dimension of K. This much question you have to solve, and we'll discuss these 3 questions in next video. Clear? In next video, we are going to discuss about dimensional analysis, and this dimensional analysis is very important part for the exam. That is coming. Clear? This dimension analysis is very, very important for the exam. We'll discuss in the next video. Till that, just work out all this and read seriously. Okay. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.